guys, welcome back to another episode of Keeping It Real Estate. I'm your girl Haile, and this is my guest Gaya. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting.
Yes. So I'm gonna jump right into it. We're gonna break all the ice. We're gonna do 2 lies and 1 truth.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you ready? I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay. One time I closed a deal on airplane.
Okay.
The second one, I was scuba diving and I filled out disclosures and sent an offer while scuba diving. And 3? So you asked me for 3?
2 lies and 1 truth.
1 truth. I gave my own money to the person who wanted to buy a house. I gave my own money for the down payment.
Ooh, okay. So then I think your truth is that you gave money. No, wait. Oh, dang. I can't back up. It was the first one, but I forgot what that one was. It was the airplane. I think you did close the deal on the airplane, but what was it?
Okay. I opened escrow on airplane.
Oh, okay.
I didn't close it, but I opened escrow while I was on airplane. That's number 1. Number 2, scuba diving. What do you think about scuba diving?
I think it's false. I don't think you did that.
Actually, I did.
Oh my! Wow, that's
Actually,
pretty
I
extreme to
did.
get the deal done. Well, tell me
did.
more about that. Like, how do you even do that?
We actually were on a vacation with my kids, and my phone was always with me. And I knew that that's VIP client, and I couldn't let him go. And while we were like basically diving, going up, I was checking all my phone, and I even wear this, like, the phone was inside of the plastic stuff. So my phone was with me.
Yeah.
And one more thing I can tell you, I was with kids again on Six Flags, but there is something underwater, like with water flashing and everything. And I opened escrow while I was there too.
So basically, you're always working.
Always. Even on vacation, even on the pool, unfortunately.
Oh, you got to find the balance. But hey, I guess it doesn't really interfere. You're still present. You're still at Six Flags. You're still scuba diving.
Yeah, we do. But we do that for our clients, right? We want them to be happy. So
yeah.
And when we see that we can get the results, so that's what we're doing.
Wow.
Sometimes it's not healthy. I would not do that if you're not prepared.
Wow. Yeah.
But if you're ready to move forward, so do it.
Yeah.
Try it. It's a rewarding experience. Then you can tell stories to your kids after.
Yeah, I mean, but you set a good example too. Like, this is the way you hustle and get things done.
It calls nonstop.
Yeah.
It's called proactive.
Okay. Well, and then what about the down payment? Like, you would not offer your money to assist with somebody's down payment, right?
No, I didn't. But I sometimes lend money, which is not healthy. Don't do that.
But that's okay.
The deal,
you have a
but
kind
not
heart.
for down payment.
Yeah, you have a kind heart. I'm sure it's like...
Sometimes you even go to your clients' cards. You look at the cards. You play with them. They give you their accounts and they say, okay, what do I need to do? And then you tell them while you're talking to them via Zoom, okay, you have to do this. You have to do this, and you explain them what to do. So to make the deal happen. So if you know what you're doing.
Okay.
So, but as a real estate agent, you shouldn't do that.
Okay. So you don't assist them usually.
No. We can tell them what needs to be done, but we cannot suggest them. We're not legally.
Gotcha. Okay. So then I can give
what about you?
my 2. I am a twin. I used to get paid to count worms, and I never learned how to swim.
Okay. Twin. I have to ask your husband. Maybe maybe he can assist me. Can you blink, please? No, I don't think that you're a twin.
Okay, you got that.
Okay. Number 2, you had to pay, so somebody paid
I
you.
used to get paid to count worms.
That might be true, actually,
Okay.
but I'm not sure, but might be. And the third one was,
I never learned how to swim.
actually, that might be true too.
Yep.
So, right? No?
Which one do you think?
Okay, the swimming part may be true, and the worms. Oh my god, that's difficult. Okay, let me say. Okay, swim true, worms no.
Incorrect.
Okay, so
I did used to get paid to count worms.
okay, my first guess was right. Always go with the first offer.
Is it because I'm black that I don't know how to swim?
No, my bestie is black too, so I should ask her maybe.
I'll play it. No, I learned how to swim very, very young. Unfortunately, I had a sibling who passed away in our pool who, so we, lived in the same house, and it was mandatory that we all learned at a very young age to swim.
Oh my god,
So,
I'm sorry to hear that.
And then I used to work for my grandmother who owned a convenience store in the neighborhood, and fishing is a big thing there. So we would count worms for like $1. She would pay us $1 only to go in the front of the store and buy chips for $4.
Oh my god, did you have to take them with your hands? Oh my god.
In the cooler. It was freezing cold.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
I
I'm
know.
afraid of them. Honestly.
Yeah, they're not all that fun.
And regarding your sister,
And no, I have a bunch of sisters. There are a set of twins, but I am not one of them.
okay, got it.
I'm not that cool.
Got it. Okay, let's move.
So let's go into what you do. I know you do a bunch of stuff, but tell me, I heard off camera that you were finally able to finish a condo? What's that about?
Do we want a real story?
Yeah, I do. It's the real show.
Okay, so we bought a condo from our friend, and it had mold. And we had to deal with that mold. We cannot do it by ourselves, so we had to wait for HOA to fix that. And for 6.5 months, I couldn't even go in because HOA didn't allow. So they closed it, and they said you are not allowed to go in until it's cleared because it was prohibited. So after 6.5 months, we finally could get in, and it took us like a month to fix it. So finally, I'm finishing it, and hopefully I will put it either for sale or for rent. So
Okay, so is this a condo that you purchased to invest, like to?
at the beginning, I was thinking that I'll buy it for my mom.
Okay.
But then we decided, okay, it takes too long, so we found already a place for her. So that's why we're just going to rent it as of right now until the rates will come down, and then maybe we will sell it and move forward with another deal.
Wow.
Somewhere
So
maybe in
how does-
Beverly Hills.
I heard there is a deal there.
Waiting.
So how does that work? Like, as far as finding properties, are you finding it hard? I know you said there's a possible deal in Beverly Hills, but are you still seeing deals out there right now, or is it going to be a turn like everybody's saying in the new year with loans coming due?
No, actually, if you're actively looking, you can find a deal. So it depends what you're searching for. So I was looking for something inexpensive at that time, so which I found through, again, mutual deal and a realtor who helped me with that. And at the same time, I was looking for something, okay, so I can buy, I can fix, I can sell. That's one of the options. Or the second option, I can buy and hold. So at this moment, we decided I'll buy, I'll fix, and hold. So which will bring me money afterwards, not at the beginning, but afterwards it will gain. The price will go up, and that's what how we are trying to build the portfolio. So you have to build a portfolio.
Right.
What you want to do depends. Like, for example, if you're working with investors, the first question is what they want to achieve. They want just to fix and flip, or they want to build a portfolio, and what kind of portfolio they want. So is it commercial? Is it residential? What exactly? How much they have money? How they are going to invest? How many players are there in with that investor? So it's all kind of like one big ball, and you ask questions until you fix and put everything in the right place, and then you create a strategy for your client or for yourself, and with that strategy you move forward. So and regarding the deals, you can either search it yourself, right? So or you can go through wholesale deals, or you can work with different people who has those deals. So we always can find something. It depends who you're working with.
So then do you mainly work with people that are looking to build their portfolio?
No, I do work with lots of first-time buyers.
Okay.
I do work with lots of people who are buying their second investment properties. And but right now, like, it seems that all of my clients, to tell you the truth, all of my clients are from like previous Soviet Union, let's say, because I speak Russian.
Yeah.
And I speak Russian, Ukrainian, Armenian,
English.
some English.
Wow.
Hablo español muy mal, comprendo un poquito.
Okay.
And I know mucho trabajo, poquito dinero. So yes, my previous degree was linguistics, so that's why I know languages, and I have a PhD in psychology. So that helps me with my work right now. So.
How has that been able to help you, really? I mean, I could imagine that you're just able to market to many different people.
With languages, let's say if someone is looking for Russian-speaking realtor, and they ask like on Facebook groups, like, I need Russian-speaking realtor, and there are like 80 different answers, right? And maybe 60 of them will say Gaya Yaffa, Gaya Yaffa, Gaya Yaffa, because people already know that I speak Russian, and they know that I am transparent and I'm honest, and I can do my work to the best, and they will be happy to work with me. So that's why I have lots of referrals from my past clients. And the same with Armenians. They also know me as a realtor who knows Armenian, because I am Armenian myself, right? And I grew up in Ukraine as well, so that's why I know Ukrainian as well. So, like, that's why I'm like, okay, I can connect with 3 different languages right away. Plus, I speak English, so that helps.
I mean, you filled a niche right there. I can't imagine there's too many people in that lane, right, that speak all these different languages, or even Russian.
There are lots of actually agents that are, they can say competing. I'm not competing with anyone. I compete with myself only.
I know, that's right.
So, and I have to be to the best of myself. So, and I don't care how other people are performing, as long as I am performing to the best, right? So that's what matters. And there are lots of other agents, good agents as well. And someone can choose them, someone can choose me, someone can choose you. So I don't really care about that. As long as the person that I'm working with, I can help them to close the deal, and they will be happy. And I'm sure, and I know that every time when I close the deal, that person will come to me. And sometimes I have lots of clients that come to me like 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
They buy, they sell, they suggest their grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, sister, brother. I have a client who closed with me 5 times.
Wow.
Even I can tell about one of my clients.
Go ahead.
It's actually, maybe then when they hear this, they will know that it's about them. One of the clients is champion in boxing. Okay. So I met him through Russian community again. So, and I sold him a house. I bought for him a house. I got him commercial deal. I helped them to sell this year 2 other properties. So after selling the first house and the second house, we became so close. We were not just clients and realtor. We became friends. And after becoming friends, they got a baby, and I'm a godmother of their child right now. So
Oh
we're
my.
relatives.
So that worked out really well.
Yes, and when they come to LA right now, they move to Florida, and when they come to LA, they stay in my house. When I'm going to Florida, I stay with them. So right now I'm going to Florida in a week, and I'm going to be in their house. So and it started all from real estate. So real estate becomes my life, and now they're my relatives. So
Yeah.
that's an interesting part. And there is another client who closed with me 3 times already. And the lady, when I came with the contract, and I said, like, you know what? I will give you the contract when the property will be ready. We will put it for sale, and I'll give you the contract. And she's like, no, sign it right now. I'm like, I'm not ready. I don't even have the contract right now
Right.
on hand. So I'm like, I don't care what price you will put. I don't care what terms you will put. I know that you will sell it, and I'm sure that you will do it. I'm like, okay. And I met her only once on a kid's birthday party.
Oh, it sounds like you got the sauce.
After that, she gave me 3 deals.
Wow.
And more than that, she was always number one saying that, Gaya, if you don't close it, no one can. Only you can close it. And she always repeats that. And even when I'm feeling bad, and maybe sometimes you put it on Instagram that, oh, you're tired or something is going on, she calls me and like, hey, get up, bring yourself back. Only you can do it, and you will do it. I believe in you. And that's my client who is saying that to me.
I love that. But that's more than just you. That's your energy speaking. That's you inspiring others, and they see the gold in you. I mean, for you to become a godmother of just being a client, like that's really cool. Because I mean, I had somebody recently tell me that they actually don't do deals with men if they are married, because the wife is usually pushing them out. They're like, oh no, we don't want to work with her.
Oh my God, I have so many stories about wives and husbands, and they all love me. They do, because that's why I was saying, like, with PhD in psychology, it helps a lot, because sometimes you're not only a realtor, you are a psychologist to them, and they start fighting while looking for properties, and you are the one who is in between and like looking when they are fighting with each other. And you're like, okay, calm down. Wife is crying there, husband is mad there, and like, okay, calm down. She's da-da-da-da, and she's da-da-da-da. And then that's how they're like, oh my God, you just saved us, like, from beating each other.
Yeah, you took them through a mini counseling. Like, that's so cool how your degrees came together to help. You're a psychiatrist.
That helps.
You know how to.
Not every time in your family. With my family, it doesn't help.
It's different with family.
I yell.
Yeah, no, they don't look at us the same. We talk too much. They think we know it all. It's the site. No, they're gonna be like, "Oh, here you go with your 2 cents."
Yeah, when my husband wants to say something, but like to try to calm down my kids, and he is like, hey, me and Yeva, stop doing that, and they don't listen, and then stop doing, otherwise your mom will start yelling.
Wow, that's awesome. So then, what's one of the misconceptions you usually hear or see with real estate?
I think that everyone is thinking that real estate is like selling sunset. But it's not.
Yeah.
We're not only showing beautiful houses. Sometimes we show houses with mold. Sometimes we show houses, dangerous houses where you can definitely fall like on the ground right there.
Yeah.
I don't know, something will break right there. And because there is a social media in front of everyone is saying, oh, it's so beautiful. She's going across these beautiful houses beyond, like, it's beautiful. That's the only thing they're doing. But it's not true. So they don't know how great our hair is, because we work like 24/7.
Wow.
We go there, we do inspections, we do so much that people don't understand how much work we do and how stressful it is. Sometimes I'm going crazy, and when I feel that I'm so stressed, I have to get out from the city. I have to change my scenery. That's why I try to travel a lot, or at least like go somewhere for 2-3 days to think differently. To reset. Even when I'm on a pool and I'm with the phone talking to the client, I still change my scenery, right?
Yeah.
So the misconception is what people think about real estate. And when they choose someone who is brand new without any help of others. So that's when I'm like, oh my God, guys, you are like, get a mentor at least, or get to the team, or try to educate yourself before you go to the first deal, because you may do so many mistakes and you may end up with like so much trouble. Thanks God I didn't have troubles, but hopefully I will not. But
wow. So I always wondered, because buying real estate, we all know is good, right? If you do the right purchase. But I see a lot of realtors, I see a lot of brokers, I see a lot of loan officers. They don't own real estate. And I just never understood, because if they had half the knowledge that you had, you know what I mean, they could at least make a wise decision, right?
yes, they can, and they do. I know lots of people who know something, they try to invest, but there might be some people like me maybe a few years ago when I was only concentrated on getting the work done. It has to be done. And I was not thinking, okay, what if tomorrow I cannot work? What happens if I'm not able to work? And at that time we decided, okay, we have to invest in real estate. We have to invest somewhere. We have to have something going on, because God forbid something happens and you cannot work and you don't owe anything. And growing up in Soviet Union, so we all over there, we buy properties with cash. We never did loan till like, I don't know, last 10, 15 years, maybe the loan started working, but at the beginning it was all cash. So we all worked, and my family, my mom and my dad, they always owned real estate. We had like 5, 6 apartments. Like as soon as they got money, we were buying something. As soon as we got money, we were buying something. And we got robbed many times, unfortunately.
Robbed? How do you get?
Oh my God!
How do you get robbed?
Once I woke up at my own property, and somebody put a knife on my neck and a pillow on my head. And on the other room, my mom was beat to very crazy. Like,
what?
Was beaten, yeah. And it was in Russia, in Moscow, which happens. And my mom, when opened the door, there was a policeman, and he's like, "Oh, we came to check the documents," and which is normal for Russia to check the documents. And my mom opened the door, and there were 5 people trying to beat her, and they knew that we were buying a property at that time, and they knew that we had cash, and that's how they came to get the money. And thanks to my mom, she saved us, to be honest. But it was a very crazy experience, and I can see, and whenever you see your mom was beaten in front of you, and they were like trying to do some bad stuff, and like that's crazy experience, and I don't want anyone experience that.
Well,
so that's a bad part. That's why save money in a bank.
Yeah, that's why I'm like so perplexed. Like, so you guys had the cash on you?
In Russia, at that times, you don't put money in a bank. You put money in like different places at home. So that's back, but I mean, like if 15, 20 years ago.
Right, but if you're at the property, were you at the property or you were at the
I was
your
at
home?
At my own home. My mom opened the door, and there was a policeman, and then they were with knives and et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, well, I'm glad everybody's okay. Jesus.
Unfortunately, that happened a few times with us, but thanks God we're saved. We're alive. But after that, I told, I'm not saving, not putting money in my home at all. So all the money has to be somewhere else safe, or in real estate, but not at home.
So you almost have to like act like you're not buying anything, because they think you have the money. They think you're rich. They think you're the one to keep targeting.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So some people are like that. And it depends again, like some people are afraid to show, or some people want to show that they have money. So right now I'm working with lots of vloggers and YouTubers, and they all are like, we want to show that we have money. That's how they earn money. And one of my clients, I recently closed a deal with him, and he has like over 10 million followers. So, and for him, like to show money everywhere, it's the best. That's how he's getting his clients. Okay, one of them is Sergey Kosenko and Alexandra Belikova.
I don't know.
It's a family, Russian family, and they are vloggers. And
nice.
They make a lot of money, and I closed the deal with them, and we were checking properties like for $200,000.
Yeah.
We were checking properties for $35,000. We were renting houses for $5,000 a night for them until we found a property for them. So
wow.
And by the way, that client again, she came from social media and she came from Russian community, and that's how I gained her. And I helped her for the first like 3 years. I helped her for free, just to help at the beginning.
With the influencers, because it seems like you work with them, do you have to help them for a certain amount of time to make sure their records show? Because a lot of them don't have, well, it's steady income, but it's not like the 2 years or W-2, or does that not matter?
That doesn't matter because they have money on the account. That's number one. Number two, they have stable income coming through social media. For example, when I had a YouTuber, he made like 4 or 5 years ago, he made like over $80,000 a month from his YouTube channels because he was recording his kids, and they had like over 12 million followers at that time. So, and when we check his accounts, it was all stable. Every month he had between 80 to 100,000 every month, no matter what.
Huh.
So maybe we're doing something wrong. Maybe we're not in that field.
Right. Exactly.
So that's why I think social media is our future.
And it's not going anywhere.
No. That's why I was reading the book, like, Crushing It, Gary Vaynerchuk. He prepared the book, and he always was saying social media is number one. So do LinkedIn, the Instagram, Facebook. I started with Facebook, and even as soon as I got my license, on the day when I got my license, I was in the United States maybe the first year. As soon as I came, I started learning English, and I went to pass the exam. I passed the exam, and I went into my car, and the first thing I did in my car, I'm like, hey, congratulate me, the new real estate agent just got her license, blah, 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 blah. And I had like 200 different people commenting like, congratulations. It doesn't mean that I closed the deal, but at least everyone knew.
Yeah.
And now when I'm teaching agents and I'm doing some coaching for new agents, I'm telling like, don't be secret agent. Everyone's supposed to know that you're an agent, no matter where you go, kids party, whatever. I
Even
don't
if
care.
you're not,
Talk
like,
about real estate.
Even if you haven't closed a deal, that's something I had to overcome too. Like to actually say, hey, I'm an investor. Even though I haven't like bought the big property that I want, you're doing it. You're doing the work. You're researching. You're surrounding yourself around the people. You have to like proclaim it.
And number one thing I would say, you are who you are, and you are who they see you are. And especially if you're using social media for that, they don't know if you closed the deal or not. You can still post that you closed it, right? Many people do that. I don't do that on purpose because I already know what to post, and ahead of time, I closed many deals, and there are some deals that I want to post, but I cannot because I signed NDA, and I want to share, but I'm like, this is the client that I want to share, but I cannot, unfortunately. But at the same time, like with you, it might help. So you can show a lot of properties saying that you closed them. So no one knows you closed or not.
Yeah.
And maybe you're working on them. Maybe you will close them in the future.
Yeah.
You are who you are.
Yes. So how is it like? Have you ever had to deal with a difficult or a toxic client? Like, how do you navigate through that?
I think maybe I can say most of the clients are toxic.
Most of them are toxic?
I'm kidding. No, most of them are, at the beginning it's easy. But when you have to prepare yourself to be able to answer to all their questions, even though that sometimes the question is not about real estate. You have to be prepared that they might call you at night. And since I'm working with most of the clients, not most of the clients, but lots of them are overseas. So I pick up my phone at 2:00 at night or 5:00 in the morning. And once when I got into a situation when I had like 4 crazy deals and all of them were in a difficult position, and it was toxic. At that moment it was toxic, and I had to cancel some of the deals. And in the morning when I woke up, I couldn't even lift my hand. I'm like, I laid and I'm like, I'm crying and I cannot even. The first thing when I wake up, I take my phone to check my phone right away. And I'm like, I cannot even touch my phone. I'm like, my hand is not working and I'm staying here. I'm like crying and my husband, I'm like, do something with me, do something. And he's like, relax. You rock. So you were like burned out at this moment. Like, and I was burned out. I was like crazy, like working like this. And during that day, I had to think, what am I doing wrong? I didn't do any sport. I didn't do any relaxing at that moment. I was like crazy working 24/7. I'm like, I need to close it. I need to close it. Even when you see that the deal will not move forward, but you still push it till the end. And at the end, you lose it. So because the client was not ready or something went crazy, and when the client is not ready, you cannot push it, right? So, and that's how I lost the deal. And that moment when you couldn't move for the whole day and you think, what's going on with me? So then that's when I started realizing that I have to change my life and I had to put some priorities. Okay. Yeah. I have to go on vacation. I have to take some time off. I have to do some sport. I have to do something else. And if I see that client is not serious, let it go. Yeah. Let it better go and give it to someone else. You cannot close every deal. So you want to, but you cannot. So it's better either to refer that client or just say, I'm sorry, but I cannot work with you. So help. If you need any other realtors, here you go. You can work with them, but I cannot work with you. It happened with me only once. And thanks God, because after that, the agent who was working with that client, he also got rid of him, unfortunately. And he never closed the deal till now. So it takes courage to say no. And sometimes we have to say no. I cannot say that I'm the one who says no. I usually say yes, until I'm like
stressed out and can't raise your hand.
I cannot breathe.
Oh my gosh.
So sometimes you have to say no. And right now when I'm teaching agents, right, I'm saying like, yes, boundaries are good. You have to put boundaries. Yes. And with our, like, let's say, Russian community, boundaries are not working. Even if you say, don't call me after 11 o'clock at night, they don't understand that.
Really?
They will still do. But it's your choice what you will do. So either pick up the phone and answer or just let it go.
Yeah, people
and at 11 o'clock at night, I cannot help them, right? So nothing works. So I cannot help. So I have to somehow, maybe if it's just a question, I will answer the question. But if they want me to do something at 11 o'clock at night, what can I do? Nothing. So nothing works.
Okay. So we're going to go into the lie detector test.
Okay.
We have AI who is going to assist us with saying if you are lying or telling the truth.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot some rapid questions at you.
Okay. I'm afraid now.
Don't be afraid.
Alright.
Unless you're a liar.
When I was working in a bank, they supposed to put something on my hands and on my heartbeat and somewhere else to check if I'm saying
oh my gosh.
right or not right. Otherwise, you cannot work in a bank.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Have you ever stolen a client?
No. I got clients stolen from me. if that matters.
Have you ever caught a team member stealing?
Yes.
And then you fired them?
Yes, definitely. I hate when people are lying. That's number one. And I don't accept lie at all. So if I see the person is lying, that's it. I'm done here.
Have you ever lied to a client?
Depends what kind of lie is that.
But she don't like liars.
No, I'm not talking about lie. Like, if we're talking about calming them when something crazy going on, when there is a fire, yes, I like to say, calm down, everything will be fine. I will resolve it on the back because I don't want them to stress out. So I will calm them and I will do the work on the back. And when everything is fine, I will tell them the truth. But I will not tell them right away, oh, we're on fire, we need to do this right now, we will lose it. No, I will do my job calmly, but for them, I will calm them down.
Have you ever pulled a knife on someone?
No, never.
Even when they were beating up your mom?
Actually, at that point, I was like, yes, I was
They
tied
tied
up.
you up?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Oh my God, I just can't
Yeah,
believe
I couldn't do anything. But recently, I had a birthday. It was a funny story. It is a funny story. My friend who actually was my client 2 times. She came to do a surprise for my birthday party. I recently had a birthday party, and she came to do a birthday party at night, 12 o'clock at night before my birthday. I saw somebody walking in my house on the other side of the house, and I'm like, oh, somebody's at home. And my husband is like, stop, let's see, who is this? I'm like, no. And I see there is a woman like looking, and then she disappeared. And the first thing that came into my mind, I went on the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and I'm like, with the knife, running towards that lady. And my husband behind me is like, what she is doing? And I was this knife, and then he turns the light on, and there is my friend from Florida, and she is like, oh my God. And I hug her, and while I was hugging, the knife was in my head, and on my birthday, it was a Barbie party, and on my birthday, we was telling a story, like, if you come to see Gaya at night, be careful, because Gaya can meet you with knife at home.
Right? Oh my God.
Not knowing who you are. Yeah, so I met my friend with a knife.
Wow. Oh, you're dangerous. Okay. Don't startle you.
I sleep with a knife under my pillow. I'm kidding. Not under the pillow, under the bed. Under the bed.
Have you ever flirted with a client to get the deal done?
Tricky question. They may think so, but actually I never did. I'm happily married.
Okay.
So
All right.
I can't.
Are you affiliated with the Russian mafia?
No, but I had clients who were in Russian mafia at once. I cannot disclose their names, but
You're protected by them.
no, I'm not protected. I signed an NDA, but they are working in Russian government. And I cannot disclose their names, unfortunately.
For the record, Russia, you're cool with me.
With me too. I'm a good civilian.
Have you ever slept with a client to get the deal done? Have you ever slept with a client to get the deal done?
What kind of fucking question is that? We're done here.
I'm just asking the question. I mean, a lot of people have. Okay, I'm guessing you have. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up with the ABCs, is what I call it. So I want your advice, a book that you recommend, and something you want to take a chance on.
The book, I think I was telling about Gary Vaynerchuk, Crushing It. That's number 1, because you have to crush. And the second book, I would say, it's 12 things that, what is the name? Effective leadership. So when they were telling that you have to be proactive, that you have to think about others, but while thinking about others, don't forget about yourself. Those are 2 books that I like to read, and I can reread them one more time again.
Wow, I'll check those out. And then what's some good advice that you received or that you would like to tell others or give?
If we're talking about real estate, let's say, no?
Or in general, like...
Let's start with real estate. If we're talking about real estate, do and be proactive, always. You have to be ahead of the game. Don't ever stop doing something that you love to do. And if we're talking about general, don't forget that, let's say, if you come up to the end of your life, what stories will you tell to your kids? Let's say, if I come to the end of my life, what should I tell them? Or I was doing social media, or I was doing real estate. What will I tell them? I would tell them how I love to travel, how I love to be with different people, how I love to interfere with something else. So that's what I would tell them. So good stories at the end of your life. So that's what I would.
So live a good life.
live your life. Yes.
I love that. And then what is something you want to take a chance on?
Meaning what I want to try in my life?
Yeah,
or?
like something that, we all have something where we're like, oh man, I would do that if, or I kind of want to do it, but I haven't. Or, we just kind of haven't really truly jumped and taken the chance.
Actually, I would jump from the airplane.
Really?
I want to try that. Yes.
Oh, she's crazy.
I want to try. After kids, I'm more relaxed, but yes, I like energy.
Okay.
Unpredictability.
Live your life.
That's right. That's right.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Keeping It Real Estate. Gaya, tell us where they can find you on IG.
They can find me Gaya_real_estate.
Yes.
There's lots of information, or Facebook, Gaya Yaffa. So they can find a lot of information right there. Or YouTube.
Peace out.